it's necessary. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are quite unfortunately reviewing Morbius. I really just want to rip this band-aid off, if I'm being honest. I apologise if this review is really short and brief. But Morbius is a Marvel, Sony movie, whatever their weird, messed up relationship is. It's a byproduct of that contractual relationship that they have, where Jared Leto is playing Dr. Michael Morbius. He is a doctor with a rare blood condition that is slowly killing him, and in his search for a cure, he inadvertently turns himself into a vampire. Before we go any further though, could you be a dear and hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It really does help me and the channel massively, and on top of that we have a ton of content coming your way in the next few weeks. We have a Doom review coming up, we have Sonic the Hedgehog coming up, a couple of TV shows are on the horizon, and I've got a couple of collaborations in the work as well that will be coming very soon. And while you're at it, if you could give us a follow on Instagram, I will put a link in the description below. By doing this, you will get access to further content, polls, tournaments, and even decide what I get to review. Back to this god-awful movie though. Oh boy, where do I begin with this one? Positives. Jared Leto isn't awful. That's something, I guess. But he's not great either, if I'm being really honest. This is a really unfigured out character. You can feel it in the writing, you can feel it in the performance. Jared Leto doesn't know what to do with this character. The writers have no idea what to do with this character either. But I suppose I can give him props for not chewing the scenery for a change. The characters are just forgettable. There is no dynamics between people, and if there are, it's incredibly forced and you don't buy it. I kind of want to say the action is good, but again, I don't actually think it is. It's outdated action. It's that slow motion thing where you can see the impact of the claws on the cheek and then it all goes fast motion again. It honestly reminded me of that Nightcrawler scene in X-Men 2, which is a great scene and done so much better. But that is an inkling as to where this action belongs and generally where this film belongs. This feels like an early 2000s superhero movie. They treat you like idiots and they completely wipe their ass with everything that Marvel has set up prior to this. The whole thing about him turning to a vampire is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. This is obviously in a fictional world, but when you consider how this whole pandemic thing started off, maybe messing around with bats and blood isn't the way to do it. But in this movie, that's the logic that makes perfect sense to these people. And if we're still trying to be positive about it, at least it's short and sweet. This is honestly like an hour and 45 minutes long. It's over before you even know it. I was actually annoyed at how small and short it was because you feel like this needs another half an hour because nothing happens. This is such an uneventful movie. Essentially, the plot boils down to two blokes turn into vampires. One of them thinks this is cool, the other one thinks it's not cool. So they have a bit of a back and forth about it. And this is the bit that really tipped it over the edge for me as to why I'm done with this Sony Marvel thing now. And it actually took me a minute to process this. This happened years ago and we didn't even really realise what they had done until now. It is no surprise that Michael Keaton's The Vulture is in this movie. It was heavily shown in the advertisement as sort of a selling point to the movie. His appearance makes zero sense. It actually messes up what the MCU are doing with this whole timeline multiverse thing. And what I'm actually annoyed about it is in them showing us the Vulture in the trailer, Sony very nearly spoiled the entire plot to what the MCU had up their sleeve about this multiverse opening up. Thinking about that now genuinely infuriates me. This is a huge, big budget company who make movies and they genuinely don't even care about the plans of their own movies being revealed in the trailers. I'm going to give Morbius a 1 out of 10. Yeah, I'm just another one of those saddos who's dogpiling in on an innocent movie, but I have to speak my mind here. This is seriously sloppy work. It feels unfinished It feels unrecognised. It feels like a money grab. It actually feels too lazy to even be a money grab at times. It feels rushed, and yet it also feels empty at the same time. It's a really staggeringly bad script. And what's even stranger about it is that this film has been delayed, delayed, and delayed, and delayed again. It's not like they haven't had time to fix this up, and yet this is still the final product. Thank you for watching this review. Please be sure to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and remember to give us a follow on Instagram if you would like access to further content. And please be sure to hit the comment section. Have you seen Morbius? What did you think about it? Did you like it? Maybe you think I'm being too harsh? Let me know in the comment section below. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the next review.